All right, and the Nobel Peace Prize for 2025 has been awarded to Maria Corina Machado. After weeks of speculation, Machado has been awarded the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize by the Norwegian Nobel Committee. The opposition presidential leader in Venezuela is lauded for being a key unifying figure in a political opposition that was once deeply divided. The choice comes after US President Donald Trump, who had been actively lobbying for the prize, misses out on this award. Maria Corina Machado is the winner of the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. And it's not Trump, as was speculated. Maria Corina Machado was awarded the prize for her work promoting democratic rights and peaceful transition from dictatorship in Venezuela. The Nobel Committee commended Machado for her tireless work and courageous leadership in the face of risks and persecution. The committee has recognized her long-standing efforts, including founding pro-democracy organizations and uniting opposition forces in Venezuela. And so comes the big announcement where Maria Corina Machado has been awarded the Nobel Prize 2025 for her tireless work promoting democratic rights of the people of Venezuela and for struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. This was announced just a short while ago by the chair of the Norwegian Nobel Committee, Jorgen Watne Frednes. All right, for more on this, we're now being joined by Harish Bijur, Brand and Business Strategy Specialist. Thank you so much for joining us on WION World is One. The big announcement that everyone was waiting for, it goes to Maria Corina Machado, the Nobel Peace Prize for 2025. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I think it seems to be a terrific decision because if you really look at this award, it is meant to be different. It is meant to be awarded to those who swim against the tide of power and not necessarily go with power. Of course, there have been exceptions. Henry Kissinger was certainly an exception in 1973, I think, which stirred up a controversy on its own. But I think it's all about people who really strive hard, do the different, fight against the powers that be, and achieve. So a good decision for sure.
Mr. Bijur, of course, we're all also waiting to see what Donald Trump's reaction for this is going to be, because it's no secret that he had been lobbying for this Peace Prize all year. In fact, we've seen the comments that he made. He said it would be an insult for America if he didn't get a Peace Prize and that he doesn't care about himself as much as about America. He also earlier had said that I'm not politicking for it, I just care about saving lives. He's claimed that he's had 7 deals done, peace deals done. What's your take on that? What can we expect?
Well, I actually admire Donald Trump. He's one politician, one world leader, one president who doesn't couch his words and hide behind curtains. But, he really says it all. He wears his heart on his sleeve. And I think on the Nobel Peace Prize initiative, he wore it on his sleeve. He spoke about it n numbers of times. He did believe that it was to come to him. But I think, the Nobel Peace Prize Committee has decided otherwise. It is not only Donald Trump who has missed out on this prize, but it could be, 20 other nominees. It could be n numbers of nominees who have missed out.
All right, and of course we shouldn't...
So I think I'd leave it at that, and say that, a lot of people have missed out. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. And of course, we shouldn't let that shadow Maria Corina Machado's achievement here. Now, when we talk about the decision to award the Nobel Peace Prize, what are the factors that you think go into this?
Every award that I've seen, which has been, dished out sensibly, I mean, I still contest the Kissinger Award and say that it must not have been. Yes, the Vietnam War was a big thing, and his mediation was a great thing. It was a long-standing war. Vietnam was not a country. It was a war. And, this was Kissinger. But what goes towards it, I do believe it's a certain degree of a fight value, of an underdog value, of an anti-establishment value, of also a big cause for a country which really values that cause. So I think if you look at Venezuela and you look at the cause that we're talking about, I think all of that fits in. One other aspect I do believe is important for the Nobel Peace Prize in particular, is the peace around it before it's actually awarded. In the sense that, the quietude that is necessary for this kind of an award, the dignity that is necessary for this kind of an award. So to an extent, I think it's an award people get by surprise. Yeah.
Right,
That's maintained.
Right. Mr. Bajor, also, how does this year's choice reflect the mood and the priorities of the world right now in this global context? What does this recognition, in your view, symbolize?
I think it's about the broader inclusion. It's about people and their rights. It's about saying that all people matter. Doesn't matter in which part of the world, whether the developed, the developing, or the submerged economies of the world. So I think it's saying a lot. But nobody can trend cast the Nobel Peace Prize, and that's been the beauty of this award as well. So this year it's this. Who knows what it is tomorrow?
And all right, if we were to specifically talk about Machado herself, how does this redefine her work and her activism?
It just reshapes activism. It reshapes the attitude to activism. It says that if you fight and fight and fight and fight for the right cause for a long enough period of time, you achieve. And I think as far as Ms. Machado is concerned, I don't think it's as much the award that matters as much the cause that she has succeeded in taking to a point of traction that matters. And that's the beauty of the Nobel Peace Prize. The prize winner is not pompous about getting it. The prize winner is not excited about getting it. The prize winner is more excited about the cause he, she, or they represent rather than the award itself. And I think that's how awards must be. Award is a journey. It is not a destination.
All right. Well, Mr. Bajor, thank you so much for joining us on WION World is One.
Thank you.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.